The main event of the evening, UFC Noche, Mexican Independence Day. Not a Mexican fighter in sight. Now they're kind of going back and forth talking about who's more Mexican. Talk about a disaster show that is. The Saudis sponsoring Mexican Independence
Hey, you
Day.
got to give it to Sean. He's not married, but he has a kid with a girlfriend. So
Yeah, that makes him more Mexican, right? That he's in an open relationship. All he talks about is how he cheats on her with a Mexican lady. So I guess that makes you more Mexican. So good for him, I guess. But what a matchup. It's good to see a clear number one contender, a guy who's been the number one contender for quite some time now. If Aljamain Sterling
for about 2 years.
Yeah, if Aljamain Sterling wasn't the champ, this guy would have already fought for a belt long ago. And if Sean wasn't the champion and they didn't need to make the Cheeto fight, this guy would have fought for the belt and probably been the champion, depending on who he was matched up against. So we get to see the fight finally. I am very excited for it. Justin, for what do we think of this fight? I know we broke it down when it got announced months ago, but now just a couple weeks out, how you feeling going into this fight?
Dude, very, very excited for this one. A huge bantamweight fight and just a huge fight in general for the UFC and for future bouts in this division, along with maybe featherweight as well. Look, you would have told me about a year ago before Sean took on Aljo. I would have told you, look, Aljo and Merab mop the floor with this guy. I don't think Sean has a legitimate wrestling. Again, we know Sugar Show. And again, I'm a fan of Sean O'Malley. I respect his skills. I respect him as a fighter. But like we said, he is a guy the UFC wants to push. They want him to win. They want him to be one of the faces of their sport. He's a big money guy. He sells. He's a guy that the fans and especially the younger generation, like the Nelk boys, the guys that Dana likes to hang out with these days, they all love
likes to hang the losers.
They all love the Sugar Show. So although Sean is skilled, I respect him. He's an elite striker, and he's so lengthy, so tall for this division. He really is a lot bigger than all these guys he's fighting. Merab, dude, it's like every time we watch Merab fight, we're like, dude, I just don't know who's gonna beat this guy. He's a killer. He just nonstop, the pace, like the wrestling, the chin, the guy's been submitted and been out basically in the ring and leans over and regains consciousness to get a decision win. I mean, the guy will do whatever it takes to win. It's such a high level fight in that you have a elite striker taking on an elite grappler. We all know Sean wants to keep it on the feet, keep the distance, and work his counter striking. We know that Merab's gonna. We don't know what Merab's gonna do other than come forward and just look for the takedowns. I think Merab honestly might surprise us. Come forward, but I think Merab might say "fuck it" and throw some hands at Sean. You know what I mean? We'll see.
You're out of your mind, dude. You're out. Yeah, we will see.
Listen, when this fight was first announced, I'm like, dude, I think Merab is going to kind of, get this win. And one thing I want to say is how funny would it be for Merab to grind out a 50-45 decision in the Sphere and have Dana go to the press conference after Sean gets 50-45. Dude, I think Dana would be like, yeah, we're considering taking the belt away from him. We'll see where this one goes. If Sean got 50-45, Dana would be like, just wasn't a definitive answer. We're going to run a rematch back here in about 3 months.
Did anyone in here score that for Merab? And nobody answered. That's always what he does. He's like, what did you guys think? And obviously no one in the media is going to speak up to him. Actually, they did last week, which we'll get into at some point. But I got a question. So what was sorry, you weren't done. What do you think is going to happen?
I didn't finish. But so the thing about Merab, though, is I'm not seeing Merab finish fights.
He couldn't finish a Harry Potter book, dude.
Listen,
he can't spell finish.
I agree with you. And
our Harry Potter book's long.
And the more we get closer to this fight, I'm leaning towards the Sugar Show finding the shot and putting Merab's lights out and continuing this special run that he's on. And again, I'm not taking anything away from Sean O'Malley. I'm not trying to sound like Aljamain Sterling, but He did lose to Peter Yan. That's not even, if you argue that, I don't know what you're talking about. Watch the fight. He didn't win the fight, but again, he KO'd Aljo. He's done his thing. Cheeto, we're not going to talk about. I think me and Hebs could take Cheeto in a 5-round.
Now.
But yeah, I'm gonna go with the Suga show. Him being the underdog in this though it's throwing. I don't understand.
Yeah, Merab's definitely gonna win, right? That's what I don't understand it either. Because every person now, I agree with you. Like, I'm mad you just summed it up. Like, you took everything I was gonna say when this fight got announced. After Merab threw Henry Cejudo around the cage, I think the moment he picked up Henry Cejudo on his shoulder, everyone in the world was like, this guy's going to beat Sean O'Malley. Like, this guy is definitely going to beat Sean O'Malley. This fight's been talked about for so long now. Like, as soon as Sugar knocked out Aljo, it was like, okay, like, they should in reality be making this fight. Or even before that, it's like, would this be like a number one contender fight? Because we know Merab's not going to fight Aljo. So Merab should fight Sean O'Malley. Merab's been calling for this fight for a very long time. So when this fight first got announced, I was like, yeah, without even thinking, I'm like, yeah, Merab, easy decision win, right? Merab, Sugar's not going to be able to handle the wrestling. Merab's just going to outwork him. And as it's come closer, once I actually, sunk my teeth into this one, what is Merab's path to victory? Because I know about the wrestling. I know about the takedowns. I know about the pace. I know about the cardio. I know about the chin. Trust me, I know all about it. But when the Peter Yan fight, which again, you could not pay me, $1 million to watch that fight. One of the worst 25 minutes of MMA ever. Or even like the Jose Aldo fight. Jose Aldo, the best takedown defense ever. Jose Aldo not taken down in that fight. Lost three rounds to 0. Lost 15 minutes of the fight without being taken down or in danger once on the feet. If you don't know him, you're like, what are you talking about? Trust me, pal, I don't know what I'm talking about. Merab's style is so hard to explain to someone who doesn't understand the sport because it's like, oh, he's this dominant grappler. Does he finish people? Well, no. There's no really – so he doesn't submit people? Well, no, he has really no threat of submissions. Has he ever submitted somebody? I don't really know. Oh, so vicious ground and pound. Do you look like you just got in a fight when you walk out of the cage? No, you don't at all. Peter Yan, 50-45, 50-45. Yeah. Dude, the guy was not in danger once in 25 minutes. I think he was, this would be a poll, 11 of 49 shooting takedowns, something like that. So it's not even like he's taking these guys down constantly. His pace is just, he's always in your face. He's willing to eat a couple shots. It's really unlike any other guy in the UFC or any guy I've seen for that matter. Bro, here's going to, again, the line is just too crazy. This was what I wanted to start off with. Am I missing something? Because all these sharps I'm seeing now, or sharps is maybe an exaggeration, but every breakdown I'm seeing of this, everyone's picking O'Malley. And not for the reasons, because this guy, when he fought Aljo, was a huge underdog. And we have this TikTok generation, these Nelk fans of guys who don't actually watch the UFC. Maybe they'll watch a couple pay-per-views. They'll watch when O'Malley comes out. That's why he doesn't actually sell. It's because it's people who don't buy pay-per-views, not respected pay-per-view buyers like you and I. But bro, it wasn't just obviously money is going to come in on this guy. You're going to see Drake and people throw money on O'Malley, even when Aljo is minus 300. Or Yan, it was whatever, minus 250, Sugar plus 210, something like that, if I recall correctly. Why are these the odds? Who is picking Merab?
And it's how. My other thing is how does Merab get inside? He doesn't throw kicks, really. He doesn't. I don't but
it's that pay, dude. He literally comes out. Bilal is the only thing remotely similar, but I have never, bro. He fights like a crazy guy. He just runs at you, and it's just in your face the whole time. And he just constantly shooting.
If he gets a takedown early, an early takedown, because if he gets a takedown, Sean ain't getting up. The round's pretty much probably over.
Yeah.
If he gets an early takedown, we're looking at it. Could dude, I'm going to laugh so hard if he 50-45 Sean in this spear. Boring snooze. Hey, I'm calling it right now. If he does that, Dana White will not come into the octagon to put the belt around his waist. I'm calling it right now.
Also, well, let me finish that. I want to talk about like the cut and all that, but right, we could just talk about it. Like, bro, even that's kind of pushing me to pick Merab because, like, again, I talk about it all the time. You don't pick these fights just based off of cause and effect. There are other things that go into it. I could not see Merab. He just posted the cut. He got ripped apart by Dana, like ripped to shreds, which has happened multiple times. Dana used to criticize him and Aljo all the time for not wanting to fight each other. He literally said, like, yeah, well, maybe this place isn't for you. Like, we don't do friendships here. Like whatever. Calls him out for posting the cut, tears him apart, calls him out for posting him taking the stitches out a couple days later. I couldn't see a guy coming on social media being so open about that and then getting knocked out. Like, I just can't see it happening. But again, what I will say is, like, as great as the wrestling is, dude, and he's next level wrestling. He picked up Henry Cejudo. He out wrestled Henry Cejudo. That doesn't happen. Henry Cejudo is also 40 and washed, so maybe it does happen. But don't you think over the course of 25 minutes, if this guy is not going to submit him, like, Sugar's going to find the shot in 25 minutes? Or even a Dan Hooker Gamrot situation, like, bro.
No, in the Sean doesn't have the like. If Sean's getting taken down in the early rounds, I don't think he's gonna have like crazy gas after. Like, if Merab rides him out for 2 rounds, I don't think Sean's gonna. I think Sean's gas tank's gonna deplete pretty quickly, in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't
like.
know,
I don't
bro.
see him having the Dan Hooker type of, like, to where he can stand up after multiple takedowns and then still deliver dude. I'm changing my pick. I'm going Merab Dvalishvili via. I'm going with Merab to get it finished again. I'm not. Don't call. Listen, I predicted Duplessis round 4 submission. That was sharp. Yeah, but that was I actually am gonna go. This is an official pick change. I'm gonna go with why I see the favorite still. I'm gonna go with Merab to get this one done via stoppage. I'm going Merab via submission in round number 4.
4 just sounds good because you can't go 3, you can't go 5.
No, I just think he's gonna wear Sean out. Dude, who knows? What are we talking? Who knows?
Submission, like, I could kind of ground and pound.
Because my thing is if he's like ragdolling Sean for multiple rounds, I think Sean's gonna kind of break mentally, in my opinion. Like, I just think he's gonna break mentally. I'm so interested for this fight, dude. I don't know what's gonna happen. I can't wait, bro.
Yeah, but that's kind of the only way Merab gets a finish, right? It's just like a buildup, right? Like, it just, he ends up getting tired, and not even like the accumulation of damage, more just like him gassing out eventually. Because we know Merab's going to be there. We know Merab's not going to gas out. So, like, if he can just wear on O'Malley, eat a couple shots, continue to take him down, and even his pressure, I don't think people realize, like, it's like the way Rogan used to talk about Izzy's like feints and stuff, like he was just making some stuff up, but like, the way Merab is just in your face 24/7, even if he's not shooting, or even, his punches aren't doing damage, bro, that tires you out. Jan was like gasping for air by like the 3rd, 4th round of that fight, even though, like I said, he wasn't taking damage on the feet. He wasn't getting like out wrestled. I mean, he was getting out wrestled, but it wasn't like, he was defending all these submissions, ground and pound. That wasn't what was happening. But the way Merab is just in your face for 25 minutes, you're going to get tired.
Yeah.
I don't know how to pick this, dude. I started, it was the same thing with Izzy. I was like, Izzy DDP. I was like, am I missing something in my initial like assessment?
I just figured DDP was going to be too strong for Izzy, bro. Too much power.
I know. Well, that's what I ended up turning, because like, I changed my mind so many times. I originally was like, oh, DDP is going to win. And then when I started to like break it down, I was like, wait, Izzy's going to win and it's not even going to be close. And then when I started to like, I was like, oh, that's my take. I'm going to make a video about that. And then when I actually started doing it, I was like, wait, I actually think DDP is going to win. And that's the same thing here. I originally was like Merab easy. And then when I actually sat down, I was like, dude, O'Malley's going to find the chin, or he's just going to put enough damage on him over 25 minutes. Like I said, Merab, no, he's not going to finish the fight. So O'Malley basically has 25 minutes to put enough damage on him to either get him out or to, if he's really, if he gets him hurt enough over the course of those 25 minutes, he could get a decision, which I don't see happening.
Oh, Merab's going to have to win 4 rounds to get a decision. Come on.
Yeah. Dude. Oh, dude, Dana has just had a tough couple months for a lot of reasons. Bro, imagine having Bilal, Dracus Duplessis, and now Merab as a champion.
I mean, I think, dude, Dracus, you got to respect. Dude, Dracus you got to respect Dracus at this point. He just beat Izzy, Whitaker, Strickland.
100%. Got nothing but respect for him. I'm just saying that middleweight belt going from Izzy to Pereira to Izzy to Strickland, who is probably a bigger star than Dracus Duplessis, now to DDP. I'm sure just from like that standpoint, like it's the same with like, I don't think Leon was like the man by any stretch, but like I'm sure Dana liked him better as the champ than Bilal. And like your biggest star, actually, let's actually get into that. Is Sean O'Malley or I'll make my prediction. I'll go with Sugar Sean knocks him out in round number 2, baby. Let's fucking go. I'm going to change it at least 4 to 5 times by the time this sentence ends, but I'll go with Sean O'Malley just so we could be on opposite ends.